I just realized that this video is again on a very dark and depressing topic. And I'm such a positive person. So let's try to make it a little bit more fun. By the way, there's an Easter egg in this video. The first person that can find it and comment down below wins it. Let's go! These are my 10 reasons how I have failed and how to avoid them. I have a favorite quote from Albert Einstein, and that is, the moment you stop learning, you start dying. And I completely agree with it. I have had periods in my life without opening a book. I actually hated reading, like any kind of books, or it was taking me, I don't know, probably like a month to read a book, which is, again, super inefficient. And I wasn't learning new skills. I was being comfortable in whatever I was doing, and I wasn't growing as a person. Which I consider to be a huge failure. Now I'm a book and online course and online video junkie. Every single moment that I have free, I'm trying to learn something new, and it gives me so much energy and so much creativity. I cannot even imagine my life continuing forward without this knowledge, constant flow of knowledge. And I'm studying all kinds of subjects, not like only the things that I will use in my everyday life, but like just random stuff that I really like on topics, like for example how to live forever and how they do some weird stuff and maybe download your brain on a computer, who knows, all kinds of stuff. And it's a great exercise for your brain. Even if you're like 80 years old, if you keep it running, it will keep you alive. And that's the whole point, living up to 100 years or so, or maybe more, who knows. My target is 120. It's so hot and these lights are not helping. I try to do less and less of this, but I'm still struggling. I still compare myself with quite a lot of people. For example, Matt Diavella, that I admire as a YouTuber, and also Nathaniel Drew, who is also quite a cool dude. And I'm always like studying what they do and how they do it. I'm like, this I really like. And even Peter McKinnon, he's like huge and charisma and everything. And I'm like, I don't want to be like this, but I think this is totally the wrong approach. It's Matt, it's Peter, or whatever. It's someone you admire at your work or any person around you. Don't compare yourself. You're unique. I'm unique. I will probably do the things my own crazy way, and probably people will hate me or will love me for that, but don't try to be like someone else. And I'm actually saying this to myself because, yeah, as I said, I'm not really good at this and I'm failing still. But I'm working on it. Not having a clear sense of purpose means not having clear goals. And that, on the other side, for me, it meant drifting on a job that I didn't really love, or in a relationship that I didn't want to be in, or anything else you can imagine. And that was because I was lacking the skills of goal setting. Now I'm creating my first ever online course, which is going to be on goal setting, but before that I was a disaster. And first of all, I needed to find my purpose, which I did, and then I started learning about how to set goals and everything around it. And again, it completely transformed my life. For the better, by the way. For the better. Yeah, just to clarify, transformed in a good way. On this one, I'm failing every day. Still, to this day, I fail at being consistent every single hour, actually. I get so easily distracted. It's my phone, it's an email, it's the music I'm listening to, and I struggle. Like, I really try to stay focused for more than 10 minutes, and sometimes it's just impossible, which leads to actually being more tired, being less productive, getting less stuff done in a day. And at the end of it, I feel like, okay, what was it like today? What actually did I did? What was completed? And the answer is like, I don't know, I don't remember, because I wasn't focused enough. And if I crack this, if I manage to do this, I will definitely do a video about it and share all my secrets with you guys. This next one, actually, I haven't failed. I consider myself very successful in building long-lasting relationships with the people around me. And many people underestimate the power of relationships. We're social animals, and we really need these connections in the hardest moments, and also to share all the success that we're going to have. Since the age of 23, 4, I said to myself, this is my goal. I want to invest in friends, in true friendships. And I can tell that I'm very rich. I'm very rich with the people around me. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys. And I want to tell you that I love you and that you're great. And there are even more great things to come. So I'm excited to share them all with you guys and girls. I consider myself an overthinker. Let's do it. Whatever I have in front of me, like if there are two solutions, I will think about it like on days on end before I make the final decision. And sometimes this helps, but most of the times it doesn't. And when I was playing professionally, this is like the worst thing that you can do. You are in a game and you're thinking about 3 points ago what you did or didn't do, and by then there are like 3 other situations that have already passed and you have missed them and you have already failed and lost the game. And this is just because I was overthinking every little detail, if I did this right or wrong, or what decision should I make. And it's just not a functional strategy. I lost so much time and energy to just think and not act that I feel like I could have lived another life if I stopped doing this early enough in my life. In one of my previous jobs, I had so much free time at the job, but also like after hours, after work. And I wasn't doing pretty much anything significant. Like if you ask me what did you do during that period of a year or two, I would say I have no idea. And that's because I thought that this position was a big step forward for me comparing to my previous position, and I was slacking. I thought, okay, yeah, I kind of made it in my own way, so I'm allowed to take a break. 18 months break, which is completely too much. And I wasn't invested in whatever I was doing mentally and physically. I wasn't giving all my energy to something significant that will make me a better person or bring me more income or whatever else. I was just, I don't know, being stupid, taking a break from life, which I will probably feel sorry someday, like maybe today. Anyway, don't waste your time. If you're lacking a sense of purpose, just find a new one and chase it and enjoy it. Enjoy it. A few years back, I had a startup. We were developing a service for inexperienced drivers and we were planning it to do it end to end. So first of all, we launched with one service, and that was learning them, teaching them how to drive better after they have their driving license already. And we even got featured on the national television here, which was a huge deal. Within the first 2 weeks, we were starting to make sales. But then a year later, I decided that we're not making enough money and we were doing it as a side hustle, so it's not worth it. So I quit. I stopped doing it. And it was way too early. Now I see other people that have developed this idea to a whole new level and they have made a big business out of it, which in some point I'm like, finally this idea works. But then I was like, why did I quit so early? Why didn't I take it the whole way and invest all my energy in it? There's a great example with one of my favorite books of all time, The Monk That Sold His Ferrari. And he's giving the example of doing push-ups. When you do like 100 push-ups, 200 push-ups, and you cannot do any more, and you want to give up, and that's it. But if you take a break, like even 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then you can do a few more. And then the same, you can take again a break and then do a few more. So don't throw your ideas away just because you don't have the perseverance. Actually learn perseverance and chase it. And that's what I was supposed to do in that situation. I probably have a master's in excuses and blaming others. I don't know how to explain it and if there's actually a degree for this, but I'm really good at this. There was always the fault of parents who didn't teach you well enough how to say I love you, or of my boss that didn't give me the opportunities that I wanted, or of the traffic that I'm late, or anything. It was never ever my fault, but actually I'm the only one who holds all the keys, all the solutions to whatever problem I have. And the moment I stopped, or at least reduced the complaining and the blaming, that's the moment I started getting a lot better in everything. I have spent quite a lot of time being depressed, and actually I still do it occasionally, and I consider this to be a huge failure. Yes, life is a process and it's a circle and it always turns around. But all of this time is lost time. Life is so much more interesting when you're having fun, and even if you're stressed or depressed, if you find a way to kind of push yourself to do something crazy or something funny. Like I had a presentation in front of 60 corporate people the other day, and they were all very serious, and I was just starting and I was a little bit nervous, to be honest. Then I threw up some random corporate joke that was totally inappropriate, but everybody burst into laughing. And from then on, it was a huge pleasure to have this seminar. And for me, it was like, every moment I was enjoying it more and more and more. And this is the real power of fun, to be able to extract it from every situation, whatever it's happening to you, and just enjoy it. Because usually people start thinking this way when you have like a near-death experience. But I really hope that I don't have such an experience, because I'm already kind of in that direction of constantly having fun. But I also hope that you guys don't need to go there to realize that life is freaking short and we should enjoy it every single moment. And that's pretty much everything for this video, guys. Did you find the Easter egg? If you didn't, go back, rewatch, look more carefully, leave me a comment down below, and you're winning the award that it says on the Easter egg. I'm giving you a hint, And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Ciao!